John Joseph Joubert was born July 2nd, 1963. He was born in Lawrence, Massachusetts. In 1969, when he was 6 years old, his parents divorced. He moved with his mom and sister to Portland, Maine. The apartment was falling apart, and his mother wasn't much of a housekeeper. He missed his dad and wanted to visit him, but his manipulative, controlling mother never allowed it. She kept him on a short leash, but that didn't stop John in school. He was an honor roll student and thrived academically, which also made him a target of bullies. His former Spanish teacher said most kids defend themselves in some way, but not John. He seemed to just take it. The teacher went on to say, it's like in some way he felt that he deserved that kind of abuse. John soaked up all of his time with school activities. He played the clarinet in the marching band, ran on the high school track team, and joined the Cub Scouts. At the same time, he started having homicidal feelings towards people. He imagined killing complete strangers, and he would sometimes fantasize of ways to hurt people. It excited him, and he couldn't hold himself back anymore. So he acted on those feelings. At the age of 13, he stabbed a girl with a pencil and became sexually aroused. The very next day, he slashed a girl with a blade as she rode by him on her bike. A little after that, he beat up a boy and choked him till he passed out. In 1980, when John was 17, he slashed a 9-year-old boy and a female teacher, both of which had been cut so severely and were blessed to be alive. John found great pleasure in all of this, and he seemed to be getting away with it all, which encouraged him and pushed him to keep going and to take his fantasies to a different level. 11-year-old Ricky Stetson went on a jog on August 22nd, 1982. The next day, his body was found along Interstate 295. His pants had been pulled down, he'd been stabbed, bitten, and asphyxiated. 13-year-old Danny Joe Eberly went missing while doing his job of delivering newspapers on the morning of September 18th, 1983. 3 days later, his body was found in high grass almost 4 miles away from his bike. He was found missing his underpants, his hands and feet had been tied together, and there was surgical tape around his mouth. Danny had knife wounds all over his body, suggesting he was tortured. He also been stabbed 9 times. Due to jurisdiction issues, the FBI was called in. Later that year, December 2nd, 1983, 12-year-old Christopher Walden was kidnapped only 3 miles away from where Danny's body was found. Walden's body was found 2 days later, right outside of town. He was found in the snow, missing his pants. He had been stabbed, and his throat had been slit so severely that he was nearly decapitated. On January 11th, 1984, Barbara Weaver, a preschool director, saw a suspicious man driving in the area of her preschool. She had the presence of mind to memorize his license plate number. The driver noticed her and pulled over and began to threaten her. She ran back in the preschool and called the police. The car was a rental being rented by none other than John Joubert. At the time, John was a radar technician at the Offutt Air Force Base. During the search of his barracks room, the FBI found a rope identical to the rope used to kill Danny Eberly. On January 12, 1984, John admitted to killing 2 of the boys. He was charged with 2 accounts of murder. He initially pleaded not guilty, but later changed his plea to guilty. The Nebraska court sentenced him to death. In 1990, John was charged in a Maine court with Ricky Stetson's murder. He was sentenced to life in prison for Ricky's death. On July 17, 1996, John was executed via electric chair. He was the second person to die by execution in the state of Nebraska at the time. His last words were, "I just want to say that again I am sorry for what I have done. I do not know if my death will change anything or if it will bring anyone peace. And I just ask the families of Danny Eberly, Chris Walden, and Richard Stetson to please find some peace and to ask the people of Nebraska to forgive me. That's all." Honestly, I'm so thankful for Barbara Weaver, who's seen this monster prowling around for a prey to devour, and decided to remember his license plate number, which ultimately led to his capture. She is an angel who protected so many other lives. This monster wasn't going to stop. And honestly, I'm so glad that this small Nebraska town had to call the FBI in, because he might not have been charged. I don't give a damn what he'd been through in his life. It doesn't give him an excuse to go around torturing people. And the fact that he got away with it so long really got my blood boiling. But I could sleep at night knowing that this man is dead in the ground. Thanks to the electric chair, he was tortured before he died, including 4-inch blisters across his forehead, so severe that the Nebraska court called to question, is the electric chair even humane? But in this particular case, I feel it was well deserved. I just want to say R.I.P. Ricky Stetson, Danny Joe Everly, and Christopher Walden. Young little men who didn't deserve what they endured. I hope their families did find peace. Well, y'all, that's the end. If you made it to the end, I do truly appreciate you. Please think about subscribing, and thanks for listening. Have a good day and God bless.